team. But before we open the floor, we would like to invite once again Ms. Rachel to join us for our Q&A session. Hello again, Ms. Rachel.
Hello, I'm here.
Alright. Okay, so ngayon po, nakumpleto tayo. And again, before we open the floor, we would like to hear from each one of you. Isa-isa po sana, no? I'd just like to know, if you can describe, how would you describe your personal experience about being part of this film, and what do you think makes the song of the Fireflies resonate with Filipinos wherever they are all around the world? Maybe we can start with Ms. Rubo.
Actually, not just Filipinos. It's been our experience as we brought this film to 2 festivals in LA and in Houston. It resonates with different people, like Americans. We had a Chinese reporter. We had 2 Taiwanese creatives who came to our Houston screening. And then in LA, we had quite a few Americans. And then we had families with children as young as 10 years old. And it was to my great delight, and to our great delight, was the reaction of even the 10-year-old grandson of my former teacher. He was so happy with the film, he couldn't stop talking about it, that he had to tell his classmates in school the next day, which his grandmother told me in a Facebook Messenger message. So, I mean, and then there was this American who flew from San Francisco to Texas just to watch our movie. And every time I would call the film our little film, she would protest. She said, "Your film is not a little film, it's a big film," because it resonates with all of us. So for me, that was the biggest compliment. I would say that the children and Maury and Rachel and Crystal and Noel were able to transcend all these different ages, different nationalities, and get the message through. So I would say it was a magical experience to be part of this endeavor.
How about you?
My experience naman siguro ikukwento ko from the point of view of the production when we were filming it. I think we did this for 18 shooting days, and most of the filming was done in Bohol. So imagine yung production crew cast in a very beautiful town, small town called Lobok. We had the river to ourselves, so we would shoot in very pristine locations. Never pang nakuhanan ng pelikula or any video. We would have scenes kung saan yung Lobok Children's Choir ay kumakanta sa eksena. Hindi lang sila nag-acting, pero kumakanta talaga sila. No? We would have scenes inside the church. We would have scenes interacting with kids and enjoying. So for me, yung experience, the shooting experience felt like a retreat to me. Parang yung soul ko busog na busog sa experience ng pelikulang to, which is very different from how I experienced my other films. This is parang ang sarap sa soul nitong pelikulang to. So and I hope it sort of translates when the people get to see it.
For me po, most especially because this is also my very first film, I think I'm just very, very blessed that I was surrounded by like a team, cast and crew na sobrang supportive po of each other. And besides me, even the kids po, yung mismong kids po namin sa film are the actual Lobok Children's Choir na they had no experience at all with acting, but they are performers, and so to say the least, I feel like they really did deliver in portraying themselves. But for me, ultimately, this film really does capture I think the essence of being Filipino. Our film is not a musical, but it has songs, but it is a film with such beautiful music by icons of our country, and so I feel like we are able to, yung musical side pa lang po na i-share namin through this film. And syempre, about family, about closeness to one another, family ties, and just resilience. I feel like we were, I hope that we were able to, and I think upon watching the film, we were able to bring that to screen, just the essence of being Filipino po. Lalo na po sa akin, isang Bisaya, Cebuana, na Bohol is a neighbor of ours. Parang nakaka-proud to be able to get such a simple story from the Lobok Children's Choir, their story, and just to be able to also showcase it po talaga, which is really something that is worth telling and sharing po. So, but ultimately, I had the best time po sa first experience ko in the film. And so I'm just very grateful din po kila Tita GR and Miss Rachel, of course, and Sinang Celeste for just, and of course, Sir Jeff also for just trusting us to be able to pursue this movie after so long po. So, yun po. Thank you.
What about you, Miss Rachel?
For me, siguro yung pinaka-memorable and challenging part about bringing this project to fruition was from the very beginning, of course, creating the story collaborating with Direk King and Sarge Cuesta, our screenwriter, of course, Miss Celeste and Tita Girlie Rodes. Kasi parang inisip namin, ano bang best way talaga to honor the story and the accomplishments, of course, of Alma Taldo. And how do we, in relation to Alma, how do we tell the story and how do we present the role of Ikit Butalid, who was the wife of the governor in the early 80s, and that's the character that I play, and how, they're parang opposing, parang there are a few scenes, of course, in the film where they're not always in agreement, but how do we show that na it's because of their individual strengths and differences that they were able to bring the LCC to where they are now together. And of course, it's just such a beautiful story of how, the magical voices of the choir na, kasi diba, tayo mga Pilipino, napakahilig natin kumanta. Whether magaling tayo o hindi, basta mahilig tayo. Diba? And I think that's what the film really captures, and that's what I am so proud to bring to the whole world. Like Tita Girlie mentioned kanina, we brought it to audiences now, so far in 2 places in the US, and now, next, we are bringing it to Toronto, Canada, in July. So we are, and of course, Philippine cinemas, most importantly, finally, masishare na rin namin. So it's a continuing journey, and I'm just so proud to be part of it all.
We're so excited for that, of course. Crystal?
Yes, so I played po the role of Jackie. I was a part of the choir, the Lobok Children's Choir. And grabe po, sobrang ganda po talaga ng experience ko taping for this. It was in Bohol. It was such a beautiful place. I mean, first time ko pong puntahin yun. And it didn't even feel like work po talaga. Especially since we've created such a bond with the choir na parang naging close po talaga kami. And we were so sad that it had to end at some point. But it was just such a wonderful experience, and I don't think anything can ever really replace that. And this movie just captures so much about what being Filipino is, like having so much talent, having so much hope, loving everyone around you. And it's just such a beautiful film po talaga. So I'm really glad that it's finally going to be here, finally, at home. So I'm super excited for that, and I hope that people really, truly appreciate it for what it is.
For me, I play Herbert in the film, so yung character ko po is going through puberty sa film. Part siya ng Lobok Children's Choir. So parang kapag meron silang competition, medyo nahihirapan siyang kumanta. Parang siya yung weak link dun sa film. So I think that this resonates with Filipinos kasi andito yung Filipino experience currently. At saka yung parang may nostalgia factor din po siya kasi it's set in the 80s. So may ganong parang nostalgia po siya. And I had so much fun being a part of this production. Thank you so much, Direk. Thank you po, Ms. GR. And I'm honored to act alongside Ate Morissette, Ms. Rachel, at saka si Crystal. Marami po pong iba. And especially sa actual members ng Lobok Children's Choir. Napakababait, napakakulit, and ang dami namin natutunan from them. na in-embody po namin sa character namin. So, sana po nag-resonate yon and mag-resonate sa inyo lahat once you watch Song of the Fireflies.
Alam mo yung nakakatuwa, no? Each one of you, when you spoke about the film, yung common factor is the connection, that relationship that you've built with the choir, and I'm sure maramdaman namin lahat yan once the film finally comes out. And it's so exciting that it's back home. So I'm sure lahat kami excited dito. And marami din ang excited ng malaman pa at makapagtanong ng questions. So we officially open the floor to our friends from the media. And first one that will be asking his question, we have Mr. Nestor Cuartero from Manila Bulletin. Tempo.
Hi, good afternoon. The Song of the Fireflies is based on the true story of the world-renowned Lubbock Children's Choir. Maybe you have to refresh us. Maybe we have forgotten what is most remarkable about the LCC and why it deserves a film treatment.
Let me answer that. The Lubbock Children's Choir was a choir created from street children in Lubbock. Alma Taldo is a public school teacher in Lubbock, and she just saw all these children always in the streets, palaboy-laboy lang. And she decided to organize them and put them together and teach them how to sing. She had no real lofty dreams about their becoming a world-class choir at that time. She just wanted to give the children something to do, gather them. That's why there's a point in the movie that she says, all of those who join, there are no auditions and no eliminations. So it was really more to create a fun activity. It's just that because she has such a natural gift, si Alma, of teaching them, somehow they got to be outstanding. Of course, what we didn't really emphasize is there was a gentleman who helped them. His name was Gardy Labad. For the longest time, he was with PETA, and he sort of kind of discovered them and helped them get recognition. But as Rachel said, her character, Ekit Butalib, was the wife of the governor at that time, noticed them, and although she had a choir of her own that she was also working with, she noticed them and she decided to finance their journey to join the NAMSHA.
I know about the role of Lutgardo Labad in the building of the LCC. Is there a character based on his?
Yes, there is.
Persona?
It's a small, but it's very. When we showed the film in Bohol, he got a lot of applause. He's played by Paulo O'Hara in the film. So his character, he is a character with the scarf. He's there.
I think to add to that, Sister asked kung bakit kailangan gawa ng pelikula. Well, actually, it was the producer's idea really to come up with a story for them. Pero when we experienced the choir during filming and whenever we would have dinners and they would perform, and of course knowing the history and the achievements that they've accomplished through the years, it made more sense that people had to know the story, especially for us Filipinos. Kasi, especially until now, I get asked, sino ba yung Lubbock Children's Choir? So, hopefully this film sort of addresses that and answers that and shows them why these kids from a small town in Bohol are very special.
Obviously, last question. Obviously, the first generation members of LCC must have been grown-ups by now. So who are these new artists that are playing?
No, actually, the Lubbock Choir has about 3 active choirs because there's so many talented children in Lubbock. And they're always only from Lubbock. So you'd think like, wow, they have so many talented children there. But they're always just from Lobok. And like when we were shooting the movie, we had 3 sets, ba? Because we had someone we were shooting in, because we had to have the kids from when they first joined, and then the kids when they joined again. So it had to be 2 different sets of choirs. So that was the expensive part, you know, because we had to fly them to Manila, we had to house them, you know, things like that. But going back, no, I just want to make clear, because people always ask me, why did you do a movie about the Lobo Choir? You know, and I always say that after Larawan, because syempre Larawan has become such a classic, right? And people are saying, why after Larawan you decide to make a movie about a choir? You know, and the reason being is that we in Culture Tain, we want movies about empowerment. And I felt that, you know, a public school teacher, no connections, no money, and she creates this simply amazing choir, you know, because of the help of people, and not you know, I mean, hindi siya artista, hindi siya ano, di ba? So parang that's what we want with Culture Tain projects. We want projects that inspire people, that empower people, that inspire people that despite they don't have anything, they're able to make something special if they're determined to do it. And like what Morissette said earlier, resilience. Filipinos are resilient, di ba? I mean, when there's adversity, we make jokes. You know, when there's a no, we sing. So, I mean, the Alma Taldo is like a beacon. You know, if you see her now, she's in her late 70s maybe. She walks the streets of Lobok in a duster and slippers, and everybody knows her. And, you know, and then when we were working with her and the kids, we would see her talking to the kids quietly. You know, like she would tell them about how they have to listen to each other when they're practicing, that they're a choir, not soloists. She was just so practical, you know, and always, if you meet the kids, they're so respectful. And, you know, they travel alone. They go abroad, they don't have stage parents with them. They go alone. They're taught how to take care of themselves. And they're what, as young as 10, 11 years old. And they know how to pack their own bags. They know, you know, they have a buddy system. They take care of each
Yan ang
other.
resilience, no? Early on.
Yeah, early on. So,
All right, thank you.
My question is, what best describes the song of the Fireflies?
I remember when we were in the early stages of development, we were working on the trailer, the teaser trailer, which came out in 2020. When we were developing the trailer, one of the things that we decided on was to have a song for the trailer, for the teaser. So we had to have a song because it's going to be a film about music. And Sarge Lacuesta, our screenwriter, had prepared lyrics for it. And through the help of Ms. GR and Celeste, we were able to tap Mr. Ryan Kebiab, to compose the song that Sarge had written for me. And I remember this conversation that I had with Mr. C. I had to call him because he wanted to get my thoughts on how I should, or what I thought the song should be like. No? So nung nag-usap kami, sabi niya sa akin, what's on your mind? Ano bang isip mo para sa pelikulang to? So I had given descriptions. I would say na ito yung parang may imagine ko mga instruments and areglo and tempo and ganyan. Tapos bigla niya ako tinigil. No? So sabi niya sa akin, King, ano ba yung gusto mong maramdaman pag napakinggan mo yung pelikula, ay yung kanta. So napapigil ako doon kasi I thought he was looking for some sort of, imagery or like structure or he was looking for a feeling basically. And it just came out of my mouth. Sabi ko lang sa kanya, I wanted it to be magical. And I think that's how Mr. C came about the song, yung first song, which is Alitap-Tap. So I think until now it holds the theme song Alitap-Tap, which you've heard in the trailers. I feel like is a magical piece of music.
Follow-up question. Kaya naman kay Morissette, where are you most challenged? The idea of starring in a film or the idea of acting for the first time?
It's a tie. It's a tie po talaga. I think, ultimately po, yun nga po, this was my first film, and so that alone is nerve-wracking, having to, I guess, show up all the time, be there, portray the role. But I think the more nerve-wracking for me, or mas nakakaba for me, is because I'm portraying a real person. And so having to embody an actual person. And syempre, it's also different when you come up with your own character, diba? Like, actually, Jackie and Herbert, they are not actual people, but they are representing the kids. But in the case of Ma'am Iket, and for my role po si Ma'am Alma, they're actual people. And so, I think nakakaba with how we portray them. And there's also the reality of, syempre, we are making our film maganda for the film, for the screen, pero parang the dynamics in real life also between Ma'am Iket and Ma'am Alma, and having to portray that and put that in the film also. Personally, nahirapan ako dun also, but I'm just very happy po na, especially Miss Rachel, as we were shooting, I'm just learning as we go. Kasi ang galing ni Miss Rachel maging Ma'am Iket, yung very intimidating, but you know that there's an intention of why she wants the kids to succeed. Because she wants Lobok to be represented well, and syempre si Ma'am Alma, like she just wants to help out the kids. And so tama po yung sinabi po nila Tita GR na they want the same thing but they have different strategies, I feel. But for me, yun po, like it's really a tie of being like leading or starring in a film and also portraying an actual person in real life. Yun po.
Erwin Vicentino, Sino Centino?
Hello po, magandang hapon po. So yung tanong ko po is para po kay Noel. I've watched some of her projects including that of Nintendo, Kikubusingan, and Children of the River. So parang nakita ka na namin na lumaki sa screen sa mga project na ginagawa mo. So my question would be, playing as one of the main youth characters in the film, what did Song of the Fireflies teach you pursuing your dreams?
Thank you for that question. Wow. Oh my God. What did it teach me? Siguro po, one of the things that Herbert taught me is even in the face of adversities, you just have to sometimes be resilient and just deal with it. Because kung tatakbuhan mo yung mga problema mo, walang magbabago. Andun pa rin yung problema. Parang lumalayo ka lang, pero hahabulin ka lang yan. Pero in the case of Herbert, tinulungan siya ni Ma'am. Tinulungan siya na, okay lang yan, iiyak mo lang yan, ibuhos mo yung luha mo. At the end of the day, kailangan nating bumangon at magawa natin yung kailangan natin gawin para maabot natin yung goals natin, yung mga pangarap natin. At yung po yung tinuro sa akin ni Herbert is staying strong and being resilient.
Meron po kayo isang tanong for Crystal naman po. So, upon watching kanina ng trailer ng pelikula, nakita ko namin na nagsasalita pa ng Visayan dialect yung mga character. So, gusto ko itanong, nakapagsalita po ba kayo before ng Visayan dialect? And kung hindi pa po, was it hard to act in a dialect you didn't grow up speaking? What was the trickiest part of learning it?
So actually, ang first language ko po, English po talaga. So, I've never spoken any other dialect. I've never ever done that before. So, being the role of Jackie, I needed to learn how to speak Bisaya. We were just so lucky. I mean, both Noel and I, because we had an instructor, a coach there during our taping days to help us like properly pronounce yung mga words kasi para hindi kami mabulol or iba yung pag-pronounce namin. So, super grateful for that. But also, most especially po, nakatulong po talaga being around the kids, the choir. Kasi po, galing po talaga sila doon. So, they really taught us, you know, how they really speak. And then, napapakinggan ko yung paano nila sabihin yung mga words. So, I was just so grateful because it was such a different experience to speak a whole different dialect that I've never had before. And upon watching the film, when I did watch the film, I was just so amazed that I was even able to do that. Because it's something that I never thought I would be able to do. I mean, minsan po nahirapan na po akong mag-Tagalog sometimes. So, what more kung Bisaya? So, it was just a great experience po talaga.
But ngayon, ano na, kabalo na, marunong na.
Oh, of course, of course.
Alright, Bernard Santos, My Movie World.
Hello. My question is for Maury, Crystal, and Noel. Personally, nakapag-shoot kayo no, sa Lubok and then you've been able to immerse yourself and have an experience working with the Lubok Choir. So how was it, the experience with them?
For me po, personally, actually I was also just telling sila Crystal and Noel this earlier na when we were in Bohol po kasi when we were shooting, ako personally, I didn't have time to really go around. And so, prior to flying to LA for the premiere po, we had actually a special Bohol screening. I was with Tita GR also and directing po. Tapos sabi ko talaga, isang request ko lang po, gusto ko po mag-Lobo Cruise. Kasi ako, di ba parang nadaanan namin yung buong filming, pero yung pinaka-like pinupuntahan ng mga turista, hindi ko na-experience. Eto, binalikan talaga namin 24 hours po kami ng asawa ko doon. Nag-firefly watching kami, nag-zipline kami across, like we really immersed ourselves. But I just loved being able to work with the kids. Sobrang chill lang. And tama po yung sinabi po nila directing na it really didn't feel like work. It felt more like a retreat. And even for me, na yun na parang nagja-jamming lang kami. We're getting to know each other as workmates, but also as musicians. Also, we're learning from each other kasi although I am a singer, iba din po yung disiplina sa pagiging part of a choir, all the more as a conductor pa. And so, ang dami kong natutunan being able to shoot this film. And yun po, gaya po ng sabi ko kanina, like I'm just very blessed na everyone sa cast and crew, and especially that King was our captain of the boat, really, he really helped me personally a lot also. And pati din po yung mga mentors like Miss Rachel, even our acting coach also, si Sir Bombi, who really helped us also. And with the kids also. With the kids, hindi na kids. Si Crisan and Noel with their Bisaya also. They learned so fast. I'm just always fascinated. I had the best time personally. Thank you.
For me po, I mean, like I said kanina, it was such a great experience that it's truly irreplaceable po talaga. And being with the choir, it was just so parang a humbling experience because they come from different backgrounds. I mean, compared to me and Noel, we come from different worlds po talaga. And I've learned so much from them na parang naging ka-close ko po talaga sila. I mean, it was so fun going to taping and we're just so excited to see each other and chumichika kami even in Bisaya. So, I mean, it was so fun. It was really such an experience.
Kaya may mga times nga na nagchichikahan sila in Bisaya, tapos hulaan namin kung ano sinasabi nila. Tapos minsan tama, nakaka-proud na parang, oh my God, naiintindihan na namin kayo. Pero apart from that learning experience and yung enjoyment in bonding namin with the kids, ako, sobrang na-inspire po ako sa kanila. Kasi as portrayed in the film na very disciplined sila, ganun po sila talaga sa totoong buhay. They're very disciplined in the way that they speak, and the way that they interact with other people. Sabi nga nila, naging kasi ng sarili ng gamit. Tapos, yung professionalism nila, kasi apart from being a choir, apart from performing, apart from competing worldwide, nag-aaral din po sila. Kailangan nilang mag-aral, kailangan nilang may quota po sila ng grades na kita rin po sa film. Kailangan nilang mag-aral ng mabuti para mag-stay sa sa choir for now. Pero parang nai-inspire po ako na they're working hard in all aspects while being kids, while enjoying their youth. So yun po.
Okay, for my last question for the three again, how do you personally relate dun sa character na pinatray mo for the movie?
Okay.
I relate with Herbert in the way that dumaan siya sa puberty in a very challenging time. In the sense na pumipiyok siya, nahihirapan siya sa boses niya, and he's dealing with this parang crush, ganyan. So, syempre, nagiging challenge yun sa work environment kapag meron kang gusto sa isang tao na parang nadidistract ka, or minsan na-inspire ka, or nakakagawa ka ng mga bagay na hindi mo isipin na gagawin mo. Pero, yung naman po, puberty, I was in Your Face Sounds Familiar Kids competition po. So, ako si Crystal noon, di ba? Parang may time po na naginaya ko si Michael Jackson, puberty po ako na pumipiyok talaga ako. Kasi yung hihi ko, nagiging, wala na lumalabas. So, in that part of the film, sobrang nakarelate po ako kay Herbert. Mas nadalian po ako mag-connect sa character ko, mas nagawa ko po yung details, yung character sketching ng mabuti because of that. Ayan.
I would say na I related po to Jackie in a way na very helpful friend po talaga siya. She was such a caring friend, not only to Herbert, but to all of the rest of the choir. And she was such an ate in a way to everyone, and I think I relate in that sense. And she's just such a caring and loving person, and she will really, help you. And she'll joke around kapag sad ka, she'll joke with you. I'm like that po talaga, just to make someone feel better. So I would say na I related to her in that way.
For me po, how I was able to relate and resonate as being Ma'am Alma is how sometimes, and this is something I go through constantly, na minsan sarili ko yung nagpipigil sa sarili ko to do greater things. Parang it is portrayed in the film that Ma'am Alma stops in her tracks just because of her insecurities. And that's, I feel like, something that a lot of people go through every day, na parang they are capable of amazing things, pero yung mga siguro inner demons or mga pag-overthink, dun pa yung pumipigil sa kanila to be able to step outside of the box. And so, honestly, for me po, like, I have also been in the industry for a while as a singer, pero upon portraying Ma'am Alma's role, parang natutunan ko to really take risks and to just embrace who I am and really value the people who genuinely want me to succeed also. And so I'm just very grateful that I got to bring life to Ma'am Alma Taldo in the film after being inspired by her in real life.
Glency Bongga, Showbiz Bongga.
Rachel is another
Yes.
milestone sa career mo, yung of course yung pagkapanalo mo as best supporting actress, di ba?
Thank you.
Yun how are you kumbaga reacting to these new awards, and tapos sabi ni Mori kanina galing na galing siya sa'yo. Ikaw anong reaction mo kay Mori, and how is it working with Mori? Yeah.
Ayun, hanggang talampakan ng buhok ko, ang haba ng hair ko. And then, so, I didn't know what to expect, honestly, working with Mori, kasi even if I've met her a few times, minsan sa ASAP, yung mga ganun guestings lang. Pero, of course, I always admired her. And every time, even before doing Song of the Fireflies, every time na may magtatanong sa akin na sinong artist of the next generation ang gusto kong makakollaborate or maybe do a duet with, lagi kong sinasabi, Morissette. Okay?
Wow.
And talagang nagdilang ang hell. It's almost like parang the universe or God heard my wishes, and then eto na nga, nagkaroon kami ng duet dito sa film na to. But honestly, I didn't know what to expect. So I was very, very pleasantly surprised at how ang galing-galing ni Mori dito sa role na to. And hindi ako nagugulat that she won the Best Actress Award at the MIFF, and of course also received a Best Actress nomination at the prestigious World Fest Houston International Festival. So can you imagine, first time pa lang niyang umarte sa isang pelikula, nanalo na siya agad. And it was so, yung mga eksena namin kasi, maraming parts doon na parang, alam mo yun, yung parang medyo nagka-clash yung characters. Pero I think it wouldn't have worked kung hindi talagang natural actress si Mori. Now, going back to what you asked me kanina na how am I reacting to the these new parang mga bagong nangyayari. As you all know, I lost my dad just very recently.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, talagang, I could say, 2025, visit ka. Alam mo yun? Yung talagang from the lowest of the low to also feeling very, very blessed about all of these things that are happening to the film. And nabanggit nga kanina na na-shelf, nabanggit ni Sir Jeff kanina na sobrang tagal na shelf nitong movie na to. In fact, hindi na nga namin alam kung mapapalabas pa because of all the challenges that it went through with the pandemic, typhoon, all of that, and then a fire pa in LA, yung wildfire sa LA. So lahat na nangyari, but here we are now. And so talagang so grateful, just so grateful and so excited for all of you to finally see our film.
Thank you and congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
Kay Mori. Yes. Mori, yan. Siyempre kung meron best supporting, may best actress, di ba? Nakita namin nakita ko yung pag-elevate ng career mo talaga. Mula sa humble beginnings mo sa Star Factor, na-interview na kita di ba? Na sabi mo gusto mo magkaroon ng role na sana related din sa music. And now it came na tapos nanalo ka pa ng award. Bukod sa pagiging kilala as Asia's Phoenix, di ba ngayon, best actress na. So how are you absorbing all this and ano yung reaction ni husband?
Honestly po, hanggang ngayon, even as, as it is, parang kasama na siya sa tagline of introduction, hindi pa rin ako makamaniwala. Parang, I don't know, maybe it's my insecurity and my overthinking trying to stop me siguro. Pero honestly, I'm just also very proud of myself for trying something very different for me. As you know nga po, sir, diba, I started also here in TV5 and I did a lot of variety shows here as a singer, as a performer, and then transcended to supporting roles as well. But I will always go back to music, and so I'm just so happy na itong very first film ko po is something very close to my heart, music related pa rin, and I guess, syempre, tagal na rin tayo sa industry, parang nagiging ate na ako, and being able to portray that as a teacher in the film, parang, na rin siya, parang, it's giving me anong tawag doon, parang, a glimpse of how I also want to be in the industry, to be a guiding light also sa mga, sumusunod din po mga arts. I mean, we're still very, very young. Kami nila, Miss Rachel, we're still very young, Miss Rachel. Pero like, to be able to have, di ba, Miss Rachel? Yes. Just to be able to still be here also and watch and collaborate also. Like ito si Crystal and si Noel, nako, iba din yung galing ng mga to. Hindi na kailangan ng studio, kahit sa bahay lang, kaya na nila. And just everything being available to them. I'm just very blessed po and grateful that I get to continue my journey being a singer, grow also to being an actress, a storyteller, but also like mentor yung mga susunod na continue na mag-raise the flag of OPM to the rest of the world po. So, dito.
Reaction ni Habi.
Oh, reaction! Hindi siya makapaniwala. Amazed din po siya. Actually, he was also with me throughout the whole shooting process in Bohol. Although hindi siya sumasama sa set kasi he was also working. We're trying to make the most of our time. He was still creating music during that time. But he's just very, I think
to sing. Are you proud? Oh, yes, we're proud. He's very proud. Yes, daw. Rock and roll daw. He's very, very proud po. And I think ultimately for me, he's just very, very happy that I love what I do and I'm still doing what I do and I'm not letting any insecurity or negativity and overthinking overcome what parang he sees in me po. And so, yun po.
Congrats, Mari, and the
Thank
whole
you
team.
po.
Thank you.
Lea Solterio, ABS-CBN Online.
Good afternoon. Hi, Rach. Hi, okay, GR muna. Sorry. Hello. GR, how did the Lobok Children's Choir become the subject in your film?
Okay, it started kasi when we had a screening of Larawan in Bohol.
When was that?
Our movie Larawan, we had
Yeah.
a screening in
When
Bohol in
2017,
18.
18.
So when it was shown there, the Lobo Choir sang for us, right, Rach? They sang for us, and somehow we got intrigued by them because they're so good. And then we started to ask questions about them, and that started the journey. Then we found out a lot about Alma, how she started it. We got to meet Gardy. Gardy was pushing it actually. Si Gardy kasi said na marami na daw nag-offer na gawing movie.
Oo, first to eh.
Oo, pero hindi natutuloy daw. Hindi natutuloy. Yung palagi daw nagpa-promise. No? Ito na. So actually, when we decided to make the movie, Alma didn't really believe it was gonna happen. Because sabi niya, ang dami na nagsabi, pero hindi naman natutuloy, di ba? So when we decided that we were gonna do it, we really wanted Morissette for the character of Alma. And Mori, if you remember, this was 2017-18. She was just in the beginning of the arc of her career as a singer, di ba? So, but really, there was no one we wanted. We just really wanted Morissette because she's Bisaya. And I don't know, I just had a feeling she would be a natural actress. You know, somehow, because I saw her do a musical with Joanna Ampil. Okay, that was my first experience of seeing her act in a musical. It was on the Music of Denny Saturno, and it was in Circuit. Batang-bata pa si Morissette noon, pero I saw her there, and I knew that she had some acting chops. It was still very rough, you know. It was still very rough. But the important thing, I thought she would be a natural because Bisaya siya. And she knows music. She's very musical. So, what better, di ba? What better role for her, di ba? And of course, I always thought that Rachel would make a great Ekit Butalib because of kasi si Ekit is medyo mataray, medyo so
Superior. Not the real one. She's so sweet.
She's very sweet, but I mean, she's very regal, ganon. So anyway, so I thought it would be a good what do you call it? And the thing is, si Mori, when we first approached her through her manager at the time, when we first approached her, then she met with us. We met in Rockwell. I sensed right away she was excited. There was like parang she wanted to do it.
Pandemic na yun.
Hindi pa before the pandemic. Ito 2018. Okay,
right after Larawan.
Yeah, 2018, and then we started now with a song. We recorded a song with Mr. Ryan in 2019. The trailer came out 2019 during the Metro Manila Film Fest then. So we had shot some scenes in Lobok in 2019 to make the trailer. But then 2020.
Yeah, nag-pandemic.
Nag-pandemic, typhoon, lahat na nangyari sa amin. That's why somebody na wrote an article na we are the unluckiest movie daw kasi kung ano pinagdaanan namin. And then several managers later,
Yes.
when we approached Mori, I was worried because syempre people were telling me, oh, naku, mahirapan na kayo kasi iba rin manager, ganyan. But fortunately, it was not. I mean, Mori still wanted to do it. And I have to tell you something, when we shot in Bohol, she did not give us one single problem. She was very professional. She never complained about the accommodations or, syempre, ano kami doon, di ba? Indie film kami.
So when was this, the shooting?
The actual shooting na was 2023 na di ba?
23.
Yeah, 2023 na was nung tinuloy na namin, and can you imagine ilang taon na sila? So, ang dami namin tapon, di ba? Kasi, di ba, ang na-keep lang namin scenes, yung the river, the ganyan, di ba? Kasi marami ng locations doon, nasira na ng bagyo. At saka itong mga tumakad na at lumakad na. So, hindi na namin magamit yung mga eksena nila, di ba? So, and then I was, the entire pandemic, I was in the US. I came back December 2022 na, and then we restarted it at the start of 2023.
So how did you choose the
King? From the beginning naman, si King talagang, pinili namin. Because King worked on musical videos ba? O sila, Miguel, di ba? Miguel, the son of Celeste, did a music video, and King was the director. And we also saw his tandem, yung movie na indie na tandem. So we had an idea now of his direction. So that's why we picked it. It's been a long journey, and all the people we worked with had to give us a lot of leeway, because syempre we started with, this was how much lang we were gonna spend, di ba? And then kasi kinain yung namin ng inflation, ng bagyo, ng pandemic, di ba? Dumoble, halos doble yung budget.
So ballpark, how much did this film cost you?
Cost a lot. And we still haven't made it back. Kasi syempre, MQuest, they're sort of tied into a particular amount, di ba? But they allowed us naman to find funding, in the ways, because they couldn't add, but they were able to, to give us some leeway on how to find the missing funds. And also, one other problem we had was that the governor who was going to help us was no longer governor because he lost. By the time we restarted the film, he lost. So, unfortunately, the current governor, because we were associated with the former governor, wasn't too enthusiastic, but I think he will want to be associated with us because we certainly promote Bohol.
Thanks. Can I ask Rachel and Maury? Hi, Rach. How did you?
Hi.
You're both portraying true to life roles. So when the roles was first offered to both of you, how did you sink your teeth into the roles, your respective roles, and your characters? You wanna go first, Rach?
Sige. Alright. So, the one that really did most of the research about their, of course, yung story nila was Sarge Lacuesta, our screenwriter na. So, of course, most of it really is what he was writing about them, but he also gave me a background on Mang Ikit, Butalid, but at the same time, I did my own research as well, and I spoke with Gardi Labat also, and then some actually we spoke to a lot of politicians also and mga people from Lombok itself when I went there. And talagang everyone had the same thing, including pala, sorry, Jiray, the one who taught us our dialect, no, our dialect coach. Kasi naging teacher din niya si Ma'am Ikit. So, isa lang talagang sinabi nilang lahat na talagang she is like a pillar of Bohol and continues to be one of the most respected, one of the most accomplished when it comes to culture and the arts. She's a patron of the arts dyan sa Bohol. But you will see also in the film that she is also kind of a political operator in a way, di ba? Because she's the wife of the governor and of course, she really feels that she needs to promote the province. So she's coming from that, di ba? So, yun, that's basically how I approached it. I tried to find out as much as I could, and I met her in person also during the time we did the trailer, when we did the first shooting day in 2019. It was such a pleasure to meet her, and it's so nice to parang have the honor to play someone who's so accomplished, and of course isa siyang classical pianist, which ayun, buti na lang thanks to Movie Magic ay hindi na mahalata na hindi ako classical pianist. Yeah, it was a great experience.
Thanks. Maury.
For me po, actually, when we had the chance to shoot our trailer back in 2019, ako personally, I had already met po Ma'am Alma at that time. Honestly, medyo na-challenge ako na slide kasi she's so soft-spoken and she's so down to earth, and maybe it also comes with age, but like, it was kind of hard to get information from her personally about her past and but I think what really helped me was putting yung perspective na the way she acts is kind of like how my grandma also acts, na very loving, very tender, very caring. So that was my main pillar for portraying Ma'am Alma. But as we were shooting po, especially as we were while we were in Bohol, we were able to talk to previous LCC members. Nakausap ko din po yung isa sa mga anak ni Ma'am Alma who was also a part of the choir before, and shared with us how she was also before. And but she's so simple, Ma'am Alma. She's very simple and very down to earth. And ayun, like for me, like she represents also like a Filipino so well. That she's so simple. She just loves music. She wants to help other people, and so in that way, I tried my best to portray Ma'am Alma po na just she's very simple po, and especially against the character po of Miss Rachel, which is si Ma'am Akit, the dynamics of again one goal, ibang strategies, different ways of how to attain that goal. But I've loved, and I'm so happy din po na yun nga, we also had our Bohol screening. Both Ma'am Akit and Ma'am Alma got to see it, and they were there. This was February, right before we flew for LA po. Yes, last Feb. But they were able to see it, and they were pleased naman. They were very, very happy with how it came out.
Alright, thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Rach. Thanks,
Thank you.
Rachel. And
Iba yung dating talaga. And you know, as we saw with the audiences we've had in LA and in Houston, iba yung tama Iba yung tama sa puso. And yun nga, from children to adults, you know, to all ages, all nationalities, you know, nakakatuwa talaga yung reaction nila. Na naramdaman nila talaga yung heart ng mga children at saka yung impact ni Alma at ni Ekit sa kanila. You know, the interaction, and the kids, the journey of Herbert, Jackie, you know, yung friendship nila. I mean, it's something else. So, sana maengganyo nyo yung mga tao na sana lumabas sila, sana manood sila sa sine. They will not regret watching Song of the Fireflies. Kasi aside from maganda yung mga kanta, ang galing talaga ng mga bata. I mean, we had to redo the credits of the movie. Kasi nung umpisa, hindi namin sinali yung Lobo Choir. We thought kasi, understood na yon, di ba? Pero sa impact kasi ng mga bata in the movie, we just had to include them in the credits because they're really an integral part to the movie. So we had to put the Lobok Children's Choir. Kasi mararamdaman nyo talaga sila. You know, they are now in Osaka. They're part of the the world something there. You know, that they're there, and hopefully when they get back, hopefully we can have a premiere where they can attend. Because that's what they want. They want to be able to introduce their movie sa tao, you know. So, masaya. You know, the reason we had the screening pala in Bohol that Direk King, Mori, and I attended is because we wanted to thank the people of Lobok. Kasi ang daming tumulong sa amin doon. We had a lot of problems. Catering, location, you know, vehicles, di ba? Yun yung mga tao talaga ang tumulong sa amin. So, as a thank you, we wanted to have them see an advanced screening of the movie. It was yun yung pasalamat namin. And of course, we wanted Ekit to see it also kasi nakita na ni Alma, pero si Ma'am Ekit, that was her first time. She's already in her late 80s. You know, so I was afraid nga na baka hindi siya umabot, di ba? So I was very happy na she was very happy to see the movie finally.
Dagdag ko lang din, of course, I think the culture team really pulled out all the stops in bringing the best of music for this film. No? So of course, other than having Maury portray the lead role, yung music ng pelikulang to is really something na I think abangan. No? Apart from having Maury, Rachel, and national artist Mr. C in the music end, we also have Louis Ocampo, we have Raymond Marasigan of Sandwich and the Razorheads, we have Jazz Nicolas of Itchy Worms, who all contributed to the soundtrack of this film. So, I think bihira rin yun to have a film na with a very strong musical
soundtrack
support. Soundtrack.
And Krina Kayabyab was the one who scored the movie and did most of the arrangements, right? All of the arrangements.
Vocal arrangements.
All the vocal
arrangements also.
As well as some of the musical arrangements, right? So, it's a very stellar musical heritage film, di ba? And releasing our soundtrack is the company of Morissette, Underdog Music. We awarded them the rights to release it because who else should release the music, the soundtrack, but Underdog, di ba? So, we're a bit of underdog also because, you know, our film is produced by independent producers with the help of MQuest, of course. So, we're hoping na maging, apparently meron pala kaming kasabay na isa pang Filipino film. We hope that they'll watch us first. And of course, watch the other one. I don't know, pero parang balita ko meron.
What's your rating?
During the preview, we were PG, pero we are attempting to get a G. Yes, because there's nothing we're really a G.
Dapat G.
Yeah, dapat talaga G. Well, sabi ni MTRCB Director Lala Soto, she will personally preview the film and help us with the G rating. Oh, kasi it was nagmamadali kami noon for the previews lang kasi yun. So naging G. Oh. Pero hopefully we can have a premiere that we can invite you to. With the Lobo Choir nga, they come back. We're hoping to fly them back, fly them here. After they have Osaka and then they have
Beijing.
And Beijing.
Ilan
Well,
na
being
sila?
sa-
Now, ilan sila ngayon?
They're about 25, I think. Kasi nga, marami sila. Pero iba-ibang nila, team. Oo. So, and ang lalaki na nung aming mga... Si Buboy, yung body ni Herbert, ang laki na, ang takad na niya. And then si Fe na yung alaga ni Ma'am Alma na meron siya special part, tumangkad na rin.
Hindi na sila children.
Oo, si Stella rin tumangkad
Here is a
na at saka
question.
pumapayat.
Ito question siya.
Yes. Ay, hello Jerry.
Last na magtatanong. For Rachel lang, ibabato ko lang yung tanong kanina ni Bernard. Yung, anong pakiramdam mo yung experience pakikipag-work sa Love of Children's Choir?
Yes, ever since naman nabanggit nga ni Tita Girlie kanina na first time ko pa lang sila mapanood when we had that screening ng Ang Larawan sa Bohol. Sobrang kinilabutan na talaga ako sa kanila. Every time I'm with them, I had to learn din kasi how to conduct eh. So tinuruan ako ni Leia Cal, who is their parang the current conductor, kung paano ba mag-conduct. And of course, Maury had to learn the same. And just the experience of being with the kids was I'm just so inspired by them and so impressed with them. Kasi actually, ganun edad din naman ako nung nag-umpisa ako, di ba? I was 12 years old actually when I started, when I became a professional singer, a TV host on That's Entertainment. At the time I was 12 years old. So kaedad ko yung mga batang yun when I was starting out in the biz. And I really saw in them yung professionalism, yung dedication, and most of all, ito yung nakita ko sa kanila, gratitude. Gratitude for everything they've achieved, and I think that's the magic of it all. Kasi tuloy-tuloy ang pagdating ng mga concerts, mga requests for them to perform around the US, Canada, Europe. In fact, nakilala ko nga yung ibang mga nag-host sa kanila dito sa US. Kasi minsan alam mo yung mga parang fans nila, yung mga supporters nila minsan na nag-host sa kanila at tumira sa kanila. Minsan kasi diba, ang dami nila di ba? So pag nagko-concert sila, minsan they stay in people's homes. Ganon sila. And I think the reason why na imagine from the early 80s, of course these are, every so many years nagpapalit ang members, they get older, they graduate, etc. Pero there's one thing that they have in common. Because sa Pilipino naman talagang dime a dozen, as they say, of course, ang napakagaling kumanta. Parang it's in our DNA, sabi nga nila na magaganda ang mga boses ng mga Pilipino. Pero iba talaga yung, iba yung magic ng pagiging grateful, and I think it's their leader, si Ma'am Anna talaga, that taught them that. Humility and being grateful for your opportunities and for your talent.
Thank you. Konting clarification lang kay Direk sa kay GR. Yung Lobok Children's Choir nanalo sa National Music Competition for Young Artists 1993, 1995, 2001. So 1990s yung kwento, yung period. Makikita ba
Starts
natin
80s.
Oo, pero nung nanalo na sila sa national competition. So mararamdaman ba namin na parang period ito o parang timeless yung yung look?
Visually, makikita mo talaga na period. So, sa mga suot nila, sa mga eksena. Swerte kami kasi ang Bohol very hindi nagbabago yung itsura nila. So, papasa pa rin siyang period. No? Pero, nung dumating sa Manila, we had to find ways to make it look Manila in the 80s. But we also shot in iconic locations like the Metropolitan Theater.
Kasi walang CCP.
Originally, kasi ang NAMSIA ginaganap sa CCP. So, originally we had intended to shoot there. Kaya lang nung naabutan kami ng renovations. So, we had to shoot it in Metropolitan instead. And also look for other locations na pasok sa 80s aesthetic.
Parang yung tanong ko parang sinagot niyo na rin Direct GR yung apila sa moviegoers para sa pelikulang ito, considering na sa June 25 Playdate, kasabay pa ang F1 The Movie and Megan 2.0. Ano kayong mga artista, yung appeal niyo sa local moviegoers para tangkilikin yung pelikula nito?
If I may po, as I think for me, and I think Derek King has already mentioned it also earlier, I think our film is just very, very simple and very feel good. If people want to come out of the theater, because I've seen the film a couple times because of the different screenings that we've had here, I always end up crying. And it's not even because of anything else, but there's just something with the movie that's very heartwarming. And totoo po yun, sabi ni Derek King, minsan ngayon, it's so rare to have material that's very, it tugs on your heart po, and I feel like we have that in our film. And yun, like, we're just very, very proud to be able to tell other people's stories, Tagalog ko, ubus na. Bisaya na lang siya. Sa nakakaya namin, like, to give our best in portraying other people's story. And it's very simple, yung kwento po talaga ng LCC, and truly something that I feel like we can all appreciate and really showcase also to the rest of the world. Another thing to celebrate with being Filipino for our film. So, yun po.
Right, thank you so much.